Hey guys, how's it going? Happy Super Bowl night. Um, I shouldn't even say that because I don't even watch the Super Bowl. I watch the Puppy Bowl, but that's about it. But that is when I'm doing this card. You won't be seeing it until the 15th. So welcome back to our I guess, first installment of the year for our new, well, it's the same collab, but we're just continuing it. So it's a new year. So technically, it's still a new collab to me. Anyway, it's called Why'd She Buy That? And Brandy is hosting that over at Left Handed Crafter. So you guys be sure and go check out her channel. And, always see what she's doing. So, we will have a new thumbnail. I just have to remember to use it. I'm not very good at that. But, so you'll probably be seeing that each time. Or you might see the card. I don't know. But yeah, anyway. So look for that. And like I said, it's on the 15th of each month. The way it works is I buy 6 sets and I buy double of them. She buys 6 and buys double of them. We don't talk about what we're going to buy. And then we send the duplicates to each other, and we go through them and see how, what month we want to do what. And then we always enjoy if you guys comment below to, to see or to guess who might have purchased that set. That's always fun. And so for this month, who do you think picked this one? And we'll tell you on the next month who picked what. To be honest, sometimes we can't even remember ourselves, but we're going to try to do that this year. After it's like you think you do, and then once it gets rolling, then you forget. It's weird. But anyway, so this is a kind of a Valentine's set. But as you guys know, I already actually have my Valentine's Day stuff done. So I thought, how can I come up with something that I can still use a card? Because I want not only to do the collab part, but I want it to be like functional for me, So I decided to go with, I actually did not think I'd be done this early, but anyway, I thought I would go with this, and then this sentiment says, where there's love, there's life. And then I'm also going to use this little 3 butterfly thing here. But I do, if I had not been finished with mine, I would have probably used this one. But since I am, I'm going to go with that. And in trying to use up my stash, I found a bunch of circle cutouts. And I swear, I believe they were a kit. But the more I look at it, maybe I cut out some of the circles and the kit was actually like a watercolor version of this. Because I only have like 2 of those and quite a few of these, but I know it had some like scallop circles in it. And so yeah, I don't know. It seemed like I got it at a stamp show years and years ago, like one of those Marco papers or something like that booth. And okay, so I'll show you in a minute. I tried to space these out, and there's really no way to space them out. I mean, and end up like with a perfect, this is centered with that and whatever, because they get a little off, or you get a little bit closer than you thought, and so you just got to make it work. So we're just going to go around and see kind of how we do. I'm putting the stem off just a little bit, just so it doesn't, completely, because if I don't, I feel like I'll mess up and I'll mess up and like, have that space there, and that's kind of weird. So, but yeah, I'm doing this on Super Bowl Sunday because number 1, I don't really watch the Super Bowl, and number 2, it can be a crafter bowl or whatever. And I don't know. I used to like going to my high school football games. That's what I was telling Misty the other day. But it was mainly just for the socializing part of our tiny town, Like, that's all we had. That's all we did was football Fridays. And so, yeah. But I never, it was just like little ants on a field playing to me. I don't understand football. And I even went with my boyfriend to all the college football games and things like that. And luckily now he has some buddies up there, so I don't have to go anymore. But, you know, I felt bad for him, and I didn't want to leave him sitting there by himself or anything. So, but now that he's got some buds up there, thank goodness, because I would just usually take the car and go shopping or whatever. And once he kind of got hooked up with them, and so that was great for me. But now, gosh, I guess I'm getting old and lazy, but it feels like it's so far up there because it's like between 3.5 and 4 hours to get there. And I don't know, work wears me out, and I just don't want to do that some weekends. So, yeah, he does go a lot by himself these days, but it is what it is. So sometimes I feel bad about that, and sometimes I'm like, well, sometimes you got to do what you want to do in life too, you know? So there's that. Oh no. Now this is where it gets tricky, because now I feel like I'm going to be too close. So I'm going to have to ease that one a little bit closer so I can have room for both of these. So we're just going to go all the way around, and hopefully it will work out okay. Because, see, I space them bigger over here, and then I cram them in here, and I don't know. It's the circle thing. What can you do? And I got a little edge on there. That's not good, but it is what it is at this point. But yeah, I'm excited to do another round of this with her. She is a great person to be in a collab with, and ooh, that's gonna touch my rose. It's gonna touch my rose. Anyway, I always like to see what ideas she comes up with. I think it's so cool. I wish we could have, like, well, we probably can't afford to buy 50 different sets, but more people to do it with us somehow. And like, because I would love to see like a bunch of different, you know, people and what they create and that kind of thing. So, okay. You get the sentiment here. So has everybody recovered from the massive snow and ice and that kind of thing? Whew, that was something. We still have plenty of snow in my yard, in my driveway, very icy, all that. But luckily it is slowly melting. It's only, I think it's 20 degrees today, so it's definitely much, much warmer. So I'm excited. But we got a little bit of snow yesterday too, and quite a bit Friday. They sent us to school, and because we were already like supposed to get out early, like it was a scheduled thing, and so that was interesting because then the kids were getting on the bus, and whew, it was a little scary. The snow was pouring, and so yeah, that wasn't good. But you know, we all made it home okay. So I do feel bad for the some of our team members had to go about an hour and a half up the road to a place that they don't clear the roads very well, I have to say. But it was like a resort, but it's way back in the mountains, and they're kind of known for their pretty whatever and scenery and all that kind of stuff, and mountains, and but it's literally the only thing out there. And so the cleaning of the road is not always like spot on, or at least not at first. But there's like a state park and that kind of thing. So, but anyway, they all made it there and spent the weekend there working on attendance stuff. So, all right, I'm just going to do purple roses all around. And this could be definitely Valentine's as well. but it wouldn't have to be. But anyway, so we got out that day just by the skin of our teeth. There were like snowflakes the size of your head. I mean, it was huge. And, but it only ended up being about 4 inches, I would say. So it wasn't horrendous, but it made travel very rough. And so we were supposed to have our faculty senate meeting, because that's why we were staying, and the kids were getting out early for, you know, the scheduled thing. But luckily they don't normally, which is very rare. I figured we would be there till the bitter end, but they kind of knew. I think they messed up royally, because it was pretty bad. There were accidents everywhere. But luckily none of the people I work with, so that was good. But they did let us go. So, because normally they make us wait until the students get home and we hear back from buses and all that. And they did not do that this time, which was very strange. And that's how I know, I think, you know, I have deducted anyway that they knew it was like, oh, really bad. So, but we have a delay in the morning already. And the side roads, I live on a side road, and they're much better. They've been scraped and everything now. But parking lots and all that kind of stuff, it's still a little rough. The snow is just not going to melt yet, but it is supposed to be good weather this week, so I do think it'll melt then and we'll be okay. But it'll just take a little while longer. Okay, so I'm just going to do some quick leaves on here. So, what have you guys been stamping lately, or have you been, or have you just been shoveling snow like around here? Whew. I have, I'm just done with snow. I'm telling you, I'm just done with snow. I want spring. I want it really bad. I really want it. I'm ready for it. Not full on summer. I don't like 1,000,000-degree hot weather either, but spring I can live with. I'm hoping it's supposed to be good this week, but my father has an appointment on the day before Valentine's Day. It's a Friday, and so I already put in for it at work or whatever, and he has to have an eye appointment, so he can't drive himself. His eyes will be dilated and things. And but so help me, guess when the only day this week that it's calling for snow? Yes, that day, of course. So I don't know what we'll do there. I'm not taking them out on a dangerous road. I'm not driving a dangerous road if I can help it anyway. But hopefully it'll be okay, because the eye doctor is like up on a kind of a steep hill too, so I don't want to like slide back off there. But hopefully if the ground can warm up and it can, you know, it'll be less than what they think. But just hoping it's not the next blizzard. Ooh. So over it, so over it. Phone's doing over here, doing little weird things. All right, I like the color of these butterflies. What is that? Aqua. It looks more like a teal to me, but it's pretty, whatever it is. Okay. My father has an appointment tomorrow to get his car worked on, so I'm hoping, and they just canceled school in that area, which it's only about 40 minutes away, but I'm hoping that it's okay there. So I can't take off. Well, I guess I could if it was an emergency, but that day and then take him to the doctor too. I like to try to save my days for, his doctor visits and things. So, but Valentine's Day will be the next day, so that will be good. Hopefully it'll be decent weather and we can go out. It's not, the snow is going away, but it's might be some rain, but I can live with some rain. So I am bummed about the presents though, because okay, so I don't know whether to do this color. Just look at it on there. It's pretty. It's very pretty. But I guess I'll do this color. Lilac Bloom. It sounds springy. That's why we should do that one. It sounds springy. What's that one sound like? Warm Breeze. Well, that one sounds more summery. But since we're just trying to connect with spring and bring it on, we'll do this one. Anyway, yeah, I ordered him. I didn't think anything was even going to be in. I just didn't have any ideas this year. When you've been together as long as we have, sometimes you're just out of ideas. And so I decided to do like a beer of the month club, except just like a one-time purchase, right? So I thought, sweet, they ship fast and everything's good. And then it was very, very expensive shipping for one. I don't know if I got a 6-pack or I got a 12-pack. I don't really remember. But so just different kinds of craft beers, and he loves to try different ones. So, but it's $20 just to ship it, just for shipping. I feel like that's a lot, but maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm cheap. I don't know. But I mean, let alone, hang on, I gotta get some paper towels over here. Besides the cost of the beer, I mean, it was not cheap either. But I understand for some craft beer, I'm willing to pay, you know, for that or whatever. But, geez. Okay, so I picked this color, but I could have gone with that color, but I thought it, since I already had it cut out, that background there, I didn't want to have the same color. So, and this roughly looks like that to me, or at least it does with this light. So I'm just going to make, I don't really know what I'm going to do for sure to make it into a circle card exactly. I think I'll just, I don't know, I'll do that off camera, but I'll just crease it here is what my goal is. And so then it like opens like that, I think. I don't know, we'll see. Like I said, I'm not going to do that part on camera because I don't really know what I'm doing, but that's the main card thing. Okay. So let's get our splat box out, and what to do. I kind of want to do some purple splatter too, but I love the black, so I always do the black. Y'all know that. Can't help myself. All right, so I'm thinking a little of let me just see about this. It's a little dark. Well, maybe if I don't do much of this. This is the color, Wilted Violet. Well, that's a flowery name, so that works with that. It's not a violet, it's a rose, but that's okay. Okay. So I don't mind that. And you could even make it a little bit different. You could do red roses. You could do whatever floats your boat, you know. But, I don't know. Anyway, let me find some. That's almost out. Yep, literally. Now I could use that one last piece, couldn't I? Oh, that's so sad. I love that roll. Do you guys ever get attached to your crafty stuff? I do, I have to say. But anyway, so back to the gift. So I got him a Stevie Nicks spinner, but I knew that one wasn't going to be on time. And so I was okay with that, but I thought the beer thing was going to be on time. And so I made him a card and everything. I didn't get to film that one, but I did make him one, so that was good. But but when I got the email that said, you know, like, thanks for purchasing, it was the original craft beer club, I think is what it's called if anybody's interested. But it said, I think it's like they brew it only once a month or something, and it ships out on the 3rd or 4th or whatever date purchased it close to. I don't know. Anyway, but I'm going to contact them tomorrow just in case that they would have mercy and brew up some or something and send me some. But so I guess it's going to be the beginning of March before because they want it to be fresh and all that, and I get all that, but I just need it to be like now. You know what I mean? So I don't know. So I may have to make some kind of mad dash Friday after my father's doctor and get him something, but I don't really know what. So there's one little circle. Look at that. One little piece that did not come out. And even the dies, where are they? Hang on. They're surprise creation dies on AliExpress, but they cut really, really nice. I really like them. So that's good. If we wanted to, you know what? Why not? Let's do it. Let's go for it. If it's not clogged, it is clogged. Oh my gosh. Where's that glue? There it is. This glue stopped up all the time, but I could take the pin out most of the time, and which is supposed to keep it from clogging, which was really nice until it didn't work anymore. But yeah. So I looked online today, and the Scrapbook Superstore in Tennessee is having a, because I thought about going down and selling, because my stamps, shockingly, have not, I've got them destashed. I did sell one today, but they haven't sold, which I totally thought they would go super fast. But, okay. So let's just glossy accent all this. And so I looked on their website because I've sold stuff to them before, but I've taken it down in person, and so I was going to tell them to look at it online and make me an offer, and I'll see if it's like worth driving down for. And so they had posted something on their, I'll just do the butterflies too, why not? On their Facebook page that said, is anybody interested, or comment below if you're interested or something, in having, if they like rented a space and everybody basically cleaned out their craft room, and you know, we pay like a fee or whatever to have tables set up, and you can sell your stuff. And then, I mean, you know, naturally they assume that you will come back to their store and probably spend lots of money, which I typically do when I'm there. But so that was really nice. And so they had a lot of interest. They were like overwhelmed with the amount of interest they had. And so they're going to do that, but it's probably going to be this fall. So I'm considering just taking these down and, well, I guess I could leave them up. I don't know. But anyway, I could take these down and then just sell them down there and probably get lots more money, to be honest, too. And I get to shop and see what everybody else is selling. So, because when people clean out their craft room, I mean, you don't know if they're going to have like really old stamps that you haven't seen in years but you loved, and kind of like those old PSX stamp sets, you know, that I just loved when they came out. And or Personal Stamp Exchange is what it stood for, I believe. But you know, just little gems you might want to find here and there or something, and or just good deals on stuff that's new. You know, you never know. But so thinking about doing that, and then we can. My buddy Amy's always wanting to go down there anyway, so we can turn it into kind of like a girls' trip or whatever, and possibly do a little overnight venture down there. Don't know, but if they sell in between now and then that's fine too. I mean, whichever. But I just wouldn't have to do the shipping and all that, and then also get a trip out of it. So it's kind of a win-win. But it's a great little place to go down there, and all kinds of restaurants and things like that. So I kind of like that. All right, so I know I've done all that, so I'm just going to do the leaves now too. I wasn't going to, but I feel like if everything else is done, then there's that. I won't do the stems just to give it a little bit of a, there'll be the flat part and the puffy, so you can kind of see the dimension, hopefully. I've been forgetting to use this lately. I used to use it all the time for everything. But, okay, so I think we're basically done. I just have to do the back of my card, I guess, after this dries. But, so yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. And I hope if you're watching the Super Bowl that your team wins. And even though I'm not going to really know who that team is, but I hope they win for you. I really do. And thanks to Brandy for, slide that over, for hosting another year. And all that good stuff. And away we go. So I will leave a link in the description box below to her channel, so you can go check it out if you don't already know her or subscribe to her. Go do that as well, so you won't miss one of them. And let us know who you think picked this one. And I will see you later, guys. Bye.